Welcome back. I'm Jay. We got Steve at home. This is the Heads Up Show. Thank you for joining. And today we've got some breaking news from the NFL.
Breaking news, helmet news.
Yeah, so this is good stuff. This report comes out every year. I think we've done a video on it every year. This is the 2020 helmet laboratory testing performance results that it's done in conjunction with the NFL and the NFLPA. Basically, every helmet gets tested in the lab under conditions to simulate impacts that would lead to concussions that could lead to concussions in the NFL. And then they're basically just ranked.
I find most interesting the amount of players that are now wearing these top-rated helmets. Jay, why don't you explain that a little?
Yeah. So we got a few things to go over here. First, I want to get this part out of the way because this is something that a lot of people have questions about that we've received in the past. The laboratory test conditions were intended to represent potentially concussive head impacts in the NFL. The results of this study should not be extrapolated for collegiate, high school, or youth football.
One would argue if it's good enough for the NFL, of course, you could probably apply that to high school and college, but hey, who am I to say? In this test, they tested 35 different helmets, and they range pretty drastically, and we'll show you the chart, and we'll go over that.
Taking the top three spots on this chart, Steve, Riddell Speed Flex variants. You've got the Precision Diamond, the Precision, and the Diamond. So the Diamond is Riddell's new technology where they're basically 3D printing all of the pads on the inside of the helmet. And the Precision is their technology where they put like a sock on your head with sensors in it. They scan your head, and then the helmet is fit exactly to your noggin. And when you combine the two of those together, you get the Precision Diamond. It started a few years ago where they were only offering this to NFL players, and then it kind of started to creep down into the college levels. And I think now it is available for some high schools, but it's still not widely available, I do not believe, where you can just like go to a website. Then we've got some Zenith. You've got the Vices 01 coming in at number 5. That's the 2018 version of that helmet. And when it was released in 2018, it was far and away the number one helmet on this test, which just goes to reason, there's now 4 helmets that have leapfrogged over it, and there's other helmets that have closed that gap. So you can see how far helmet manufacturers have come in such a short amount of time.
I mean, we said it when that happened, where the fact that they're testing them differently and that these companies are stepping up their game, the players are going to be the one that reaps all the rewards because these things are just going to keep now getting more and more competitive to get safer and safer.
Absolutely. And Steve, to go back what you were talking about before, the big thing that we're getting out of this is that 99.5% of players in the NFL in 2019 wore one of the helmets that's on the recommended list. That's amazing.
That is amazing, especially since only a short while ago, it wasn't even close.
Yeah, it says here that in 2017, that number was just 41%.
Man,
that's significant. So a lot of players are switching gear. It used to be one of those things Tom Brady was probably one of the most famous holdouts. NFL players wanted the helmet that they wore in high school, and they would stick with that helmet maybe in college. They would stick with that helmet for the whole career. They did not want to change. It's a different world now. In a very short amount of time, you've got guys wearing multiple helmets the same season. So players are much more inclined to try out new things, see how it works in practice, try it in a game. If it doesn't give them what they're looking for, they'll go try something else. And I think that that's great.
Yeah, I think so too, especially since maybe they're starting to realize that superstition is starting to fall to the wayside and it's time to start getting safer, especially when they're getting all this outside influence where lots of kids look up to these athletes, and if they're not doing the right thing, it's not really setting a good,
Yeah, I think that's important, kind of like wearing masks. We need, if it's really important to wear the mask during the virus, Steve, everybody that's kind of at the top level should be wearing masks, policemen, firemen, everybody who's out in the public, right?
Yeah. And
Steve, I know you're wearing your mask all over the place.
Oh, of course. And to add to the list, there is now 13 prohibited helmets. So that list is slowly growing too.
It's growing. There's only 3 that are not recommended, but still allowed. They're all 3 of those are shut models. And every single one of those models does have a newer version of it that is on the recommended.
The thing to remember too is if you don't have the means to get a brand new, very safe helmet, you got to at least do proper tackling techniques. Make sure you have a proper fit, because they are learning more and more that just a proper fit goes a long way. And if you're in high school, you need to be wearing an adult helmet.
All right, so that's basically it. We're really stoked to see this new list come out now. We're going to have a link below. So if you want to go check out the details of this list a little bit more, click that link. There'll be a PDF of the exact poster that's going to be in every single NFL locker room in the league. Probably you're going to see this list on some of the college locker rooms as well. So if you want to really kind of dig into these more deeply, you can go to check out the poster, go to the website to get information on these helmets. There's information out there all over the place, and you can kind of try and refine that perfect helmet for you. I want to see in the comments below, what helmet do you wear and how many concussions have you had? It's amazing how many times we get people who swear by their helmet and they've worn it for years and then they've had a dozen concussions in it.
That's very true. I want to see those comments as well, so keep them coming.
Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. We really appreciate it. Click the links below, like, subscribe, click the notification bell for more videos like this. Until next time, cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for watching.